Abo was stunned. What he was seeing left him in awe. The strange woman was the most beautiful woman he had ever seen. She was tall and had beautiful skin and legs. Her hair was also very long, longer than that of any woman Abo had ever seen. And her eyes, the color of her eyes, were not that of every other average human. Her eyes were deep blue in color and they shined brightly, adding to her already so beautiful face. The rumors went that the mad goddess had cast a love spell on the village's most strongest man and hero. Welcome to Iyagba's Epic Tales. Once upon a time, in a small village in the Middle Belt region of Nigeria, there lived a young warrior named ABOH. ABOH was a very good and skilled warrior, and so he was made the commander of the village's warrior. After the king and chiefs of the village, ABOH was the next most revered person, and by extension his family. That is, his father, mother, and 2 younger sisters are all also respected because of him. ABOH was a young, strong, and fine man who is very much eligible for marriage. However, he was yet to pick a wife for himself. All the young unmarried maidens in the village desired to be ABOH's wife, and they never hesitated to show it. They would go bringing him fruits as gifts to show that they like him. They also ran errands for ABOH's aged mother so that perhaps she would put in a word or 2 for them. It was an unofficial competition as these maidens took turns to cook or fetch water in ABOH's family compound. Even when ABOH's mother would tell a maiden that her help will not be needed that day because another maiden had come earlier to help her prepare the meal for that day and did every other chores in the compound. But the maiden would insist that she wants to help her to at least wash her clothes because the other maiden may not have washed it properly. And this would go on and on with every other maiden day after day. ABOH's mother, though appreciated all their help and efforts, had grew tired. Please, my son, pick a wife so that all this unhealthy competition amongst these maidens would stop. When you pick one, the others would stop, knowing that you are now married. ABOH's mother kept telling her son ABOH. Mother, I have told you to always send them away so that they don't keep having false hopes. I have not found any woman that pleases my heart yet, ABOH would reply. No, mother, please don't send them away. Oh, Ene, ABOH's youngest sister, caught him. They want to walk, so let them walk. It is good for us. Oganya, the older of the 2 girls, and ABOH's immediate younger sister, said. Oganya and Ene were okay that these maidens came because that means that they do not have to do any chores. Also, many maidens their age have also befriended them as part of their way to win ABOH's hearts. Both of you must be silly. So you are happy that you no longer do chores in this house, eh? Don't worry. I will see if they will follow you to work in your husband's houses when the time comes. Silly girls, ABOH's mother said, scolding her 2 daughters for saying that they should allow the girls continue coming to work. One day, ABOH had gone hunting in the forest and was on his way back. For a hobby, ABOH loves to hunt. Usually, he would go with his closest friend and assistant, Ocheme. But on this day, Ocheme's child was quite sick and he didn't want to leave his wife to look after their sick child alone, and ABOH agreed with him. So ABOH was on his way back from his hunting expedition that day when a large trap someone had set for an animal caught his leg. ABOH let out a little grin to show that he was in pain. Being a warrior, he was able to take the trap off, but he was badly wounded already and he bled profusely. He tore part of his clothes and tied his leg to stop the bleeding. After that, he stood up, limping back home. ABOH grinned as he limped. The pain he was feeling was quite so much. How come I didn't see the trap on time and walked into it? ABOH questioned himself. By the way, what kind of animal trap was that? How come it is causing me this much pain? He said again to himself, wondering. Suddenly, a young woman briskly walked past him, muttering some greetings to him. ABOH did not see her face. She had covered her head and bowed while she had hurriedly walked past. He paid her no attention anyway, as he was in so much pain and needed to get into the village and to the village herbalist. Suddenly, he heard a sweet, calm voice. I say you are in so much pain. I know a herb that can make the pain go away in 5 minutes and also heal your wound very fast. Only if you would let me help, the voice said. ABOH turned around to see whom it was that had spoken to him and realized that it was the strange woman who had hurriedly walked past him about a minute ago. Who are you? Are you some sort of herbalist or what? ABOH asked. I only want to help and can help you if you would allow me, the strange woman replied. ABOH limped closer towards the strange woman. Is it okay if I ask that you take off your veil so that I can at least see the face of the woman who is trying to help me? He said. And slowly, the strange woman lifted off her veil. ABOH was stunned. What he was seeing left him in awe. The strange woman was the most beautiful woman he had ever seen. She was tall and had beautiful skin and legs. Her hair was also very long, longer than that of any woman ABOH had ever seen. And her eyes, the color of her eyes, were not that of every other average human. Her eyes were deep blue in color and they shined brightly, adding to her already so beautiful face. Come with me, the strange woman said, startling ABOH back from his wonderland. And like a man under some sort of spell, ABOH obeyed the strange woman and followed her without any further questions nor objections. They arrived at a small, tiny, dirty hut not far from where ABOH had met the woman. Where is this place? ABOH asked, speaking again after the long silence. This is where I stay, she replied. How can a sane human stay in such a dirty and almost collapsing, God-forsaken hut and place? ABOH wondered and said in his heart. The woman brought out some leaves and grind them using a tiny dirty grinding stone at the corner of her hut. She started applying the leaves she had grinded on ABOH's leg where he had been badly injured after ordering him to sit down. Well, ABOH could not see if it was actually the medicine the young woman is applying on his wound that had made the pain disappear, like she said that it would, or if it was as a result of the feeling he got staring at her while she treated his wound. But whatever it was, the pain was almost no more and he felt better. Tell me your name, ABOH requested. I have no name, the young woman replied. What do you mean that you have no name? What are you called? Where are you from? Are you from this village or another? Who are your parents? Are you somebody's wife or mother? ABOH threw questions at her. The strange woman did not give him answer to any of his questions. Rather, she stood up and ran out immediately from her hut. Abo stood up also and ran after her, but she was no more. He turned and looked every corner, but she was gone. "Strange woman, come out, come out," he called out repeatedly, but the woman did not come out, neither did she responded. Abo, giving up that day because it was dark already, headed back home. The next morning, Abo and Osheme met. "How's your child?" Abo inquired. "My friend, thanks be to the gods, he is doing better now," Osheme replied. Then Abo told Osheme about the event that transpired the previous evening when he went hunting. "That must be the mad goddess," Osheme said. "So, you mean the mad goddess treated your wounds?" Osheme asked again. "The mad goddess? What do you mean? Is she a goddess? And how can a goddess be mad? Are you sure you know and have seen the woman I have described?" Abo asked his friend. Osheme then explained that about 4 months ago, the strange woman had come to their village. No one knew where or which village she had come from. She stays all alone by herself in the abandoned hut close to the forest. She did not interact with anybody, but kept to herself as she wanders about the village, speaking to herself all the time. And because of how so beautiful she looks and the color of her eyes, the villagers concluded that she can only be a goddess because they believe that no mere human could possess such beauty. They also concluded that she must have been one of the lesser gods who must have disobeyed the overall god and so have been sent down to earth to wander about talking to herself as a punishment. And so the villagers named her the mad goddess and stayed away from her. Abo took a deep sigh. That woman, though, acted a little bit strange, but does not seem to me like a goddess or a mad woman, at least, Abo said. She spoke so well and calmly, not like someone who is insane. She is, though. Please don't go close to her again, Abo's mother, who had been listening to their conversation all this while, unaware to them, caught him. You can stick to your opinion, Abo replied and walked away. That evening, Abo returned to the strange woman's tiny hut. He was grateful that he found her in her hut. He told her that he was there to thank her for treating his wound the previous day, and he offered her some smoked bush meat. Though she hesitated a little, she finally accepted the gift from Abo and thanked him. Abo asked for her name again, and this time she told him after he had told her that he would not leave until she told him, and that he was fully guarded to stop her from running away from him if she intends to. I was given the name ELAKECHE at birth, the strange woman replied. From that day, Abo began visiting ELAKECHE every evening, and every time he went, he took bushmeat from his hunting game along with him to give to her. ELAKECHE told him about herself. Her mother had died giving birth to her, and because of her extreme beauty, the color of her eyes, and the circumstances surrounding her birth, her people called her a witch and named her an Ogbanje. They had wanted to throw her into the evil forest at birth, but for the so great love her father had for her late mother, which he then extended to her, her father stopped them and he would not allow it happen. She told him that her father showed her so much love all through her childhood till she grew into an adult. When she grew, many men from her village were scared to ask for her hand in marriage because they all believed that she was a witch, and the few men who summoned the courage to ask for her hand in marriage were stopped by their family because they do not want their sons to have anything to do with a witch, until a young man named Adole, who insisted that he loved her, and so he married her. But unfortunately, On the night of their wedding, Adole died mysteriously, and that intensified the rumor about her being a witch. Adole was the son of a chief, and so his father did not take it lightly and wanted her killed also. But her father, being an important person, also pleaded that the levity of the punishment on his daughter be reduced, and so she was banished instead from her village and had now come to settle in ABOH's village. Apparently, it is the result of the trauma ELAKECHE had experienced. That is why she talks to herself. Well, I do not believe that you are a witch or that you are evil. This is because my destiny never leads me to anything or anyone evil. If you were evil, my destiny would have shielded me from you, ABOH told ELAKECHE. He begged her to allow him take her to his home as his wife, but ELAKECHE refused. For weeks, ABOH never failed to visit ELAKECHE every evening, and every time he would ask her to be his wife and follow him home. Ocheme, his friend, began to worry. He was the only one who knew about ABOH and ELAKECHE's now frequent meeting. One day, he decided that he was going to tell ABOH's father, since ABOH would not listen to him and stay away from the mad goddess. That evening, while Ocheme tried to break the news to ABOH's parents, ABOH walked into the compound holding ELAKECHE's hand. Apparently, ELAKECHE had accepted to be with ABOH, so he brought her home to introduce to his parents. Impossible, ABOH's parents said. Oganya and Ernest's friend, who had come to visit their friends earlier and present at that time, got to know about the story also. Soon, the news spread all over the village as the girls had told another friend and another friend who told another friend. The rumors went that the mad goddess had cast a love spell on the village's most strongest man and hero. ABOH was, however, not moved by the rumors. He has fallen in love genuinely with ELAKECHE and is not bothered by what anybody thinks. One day, a messenger from the king came to ABOH's compound to inform him that the king requested his presence. When ABOH got to the king's palace, he met some important men sitting with the king. He was told that the men were emissaries from the mother clan. The king of the mother clan, whom the smaller villages, including ABOH's village, all pay tribute to, had sent the emissaries. The king told ABOH that the emissaries were there to get back their princess whom they had wrongly banished from their village because she was falsely accused of killing her husband, and that the description of the princess fits that of the person whom they all know as the mad goddess, and because it is ABOH who is close to her and knew her better, that is why his presence had been requested in the palace. Then the emissaries spoke. According to them, their king had married a second wife after his first wife bore no children for him. But unfortunately, the second wife died immediately after delivering the king's only daughter and heir. But the baby had looked strange and was termed a witch following her mother's death. And years later, she got married to a chief's son who died on the night of their wedding. They went further to reveal that it was the king's wife and queen who had killed ELAKECHE's mother during ELAKECHE's birth, and also killed ELAKECHE's husband out of bitterness and hatred for ELAKECHE. They said that they found out about this after she confessed and after several months of being sick, and is now dead after her confession. That their gods, through their chief priest, revealed to them that ELAKECHE's beauty and looks is a blessing to her from the gods, and that there is nothing evil about her and the color of her eyes. So they have come to ask for forgiveness and to take her back home. ABOH was surprised because ELAKECHE had not mentioned to him that she was a princess and that her father was a king. She only mentioned that he was an important person in his village. However, he was greatly happy for her that she had been vindicated. ELAKECHE was called and she was able to forgive her people and returned home because ABOH encouraged her too. Everyone in ABOH's village, when they heard about ELAKECHE's story, felt bad for labeling her a mad person. Weeks later, ABOH was invited to ELAKECHE's kingdom by the king, and a month later, he and ELAKECHE got married and became husband and wife and lived happily ever after. The end.
I hope you enjoyed the story and have learned a thing or two from it. I would love to know. Please leave a comment. Thank you for watching and see you in our next video. Bye.